another indie game called Last Grimoire Charge of Mystery. Or Last Grimoires 2 Charge of Mystery. So if you didn't notice, this is not really my chair. My other chair is really in the back room of my room. It's in the back corner of my room. One of the bars are kind of broken. I don't really understand why it was wrong. I used to sing for over 2 years, and it's decided to break to be exact. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to assume it was a cheap chair. But that's not the point. You came to see this game. Now, I'm assuming this was a sequel to Lost Grimoires because I never actually played that demo before. So I'm going to assume that this is going to be different as we should. Now, the opening seems to be mostly different from all cases. So we can play out casual and expert. So casual is for smooth experiences, as suggested. For expert, the hint which are slow and there's no indication on. You know what that means? It's a hinted object game. Yeah, such as I Spy. I never understood the whole context about. What? What?
En route back to the capital, our king fell ill with a grim sickness that dismantled his body and
What?
mind.
Okay.
Back then, I was the personal medic of the king and his son, Prince Fern. I tried for days, but I couldn't find a
Where
cure
does
for
him?
his pain.
Auntie, wake up,
What?
please.
Are you serious? I mean, one of the things I have to give the credit is that a lot of hidden object games tend to they tend to have the best aesthetics, but the whole voice acting is kind of different. This is something you can actually put on a mobile title and never use.
Prince Fern, what happened?
There is a monster scraping under.
It was
I'm
only.
not sure this was actually intentional, but I'm going. And they try to make the whole point-and-click adventure game into it, but it's not really that much. Also, they use some pretty stock sound effects from World T3, so you can tell that it's pretty much maneuver. So it's one of those puzzle games where you pretty much have to pay close attention to your environment if you want to get the best interaction. It seems weird to me, but the thing about it is that a lot of hidden object games tend to have some branching issue from before, so it's not possible to me to actually criticize it to the point. I mean, I could make a theory, but apart of everything else, I can't really think anything else to say the least. I don't know. I mean, this was something you could actually get for the PC, never on the consoles. Because I never understand why they actually had to maneuver to the PC. I would get to the point that they were trying to make this quite different, but I don't think it was actually put in the right execution. I get that a lot of hidden object games tend to have some branching issues to it, but
Thank you.
I wouldn't
It's
know.
delicious. But look what happened to Blower. This monster broke it.
Let me see. I bet that mechanism is faulty. I'll fix it in a minute.
So we have to do a couple of... I don't know about you, but this is so weird to the point where I can't really take this seriously.
Stop! Who goes there?
What?
It's me, the king's medic. Is there any news?
Sorry, didn't see you in the dark. It's a calm, peaceful night. Seems the king is recovering well after your treatment.
What?
I hope so. Enough of this wandering. It's time to go home. I don't know. I never played any Hidden Object games before. I don't usually play a lot of PC gaming. I mean, I'm trying to get myself prepared for a Final Fantasy pre-release, so it's gotta be a couple of busy hours that I have. Whoa. I will assume that this was actually made due to the fact that they were trying to make a better maneuver with it. But I've seen some PlayStation 2 games from the past. The fact that you have to use hints really does really indicates that this game is pretty much different by this time. Yeah, they didn't really protest this for a while. I don't know about you, but it is kind of out of the norm to say the least. I mean, keep in mind, I'm not that much of a huge fan of hidden object games. It's just that a lot of these PC pros tend to have a worse maneuver so far. And I would even say they're technically bad. It's just that it's not my interest to even continue playing it. It seems weird, but the thing is, is that once you get onto my steps, you understand why I don't really take them seriously.
Works better than the last time. One day, I'll get a real bird. I need to show it to my dad. It will make him feel better for sure.
Better not disturb him. Fern, wait. Stay right here.
Did I even put an effort in the first acting on some posts, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Please help my father. He's having a nightmare.
Yeah, I just think that there's usually JPEGs for the maneuver. Now we have to find another object to the mix. Alright, lots of times it doesn't really make any sense why this would actually exist. I mean, I played another similar game about it, and that was pretty much... I think it was the game that was set in a haunted house. I don't remember. There's the other games that I don't really find necessary. But it was so weird. I can't put my finger about it, but these hidden object games seem to be mostly too mediocre. I mean, you could make the argument that they were made for a casual demographic, but come on. I don't expect the game to be pitch perfect, but come on. If you wanted to have, because I really doubt people will buy this game for the PC. How many people do you think? I mean, the Goosebumps. I mean, yeah, the Goosebumps game seems to be a better maneuver, but keep in mind, I would highly doubt that would be the case. You can't assume, so you have to look at from the both side view. I mean, they can say that it was supposed to increase your mind, but I really doubt it doesn't improve my functionality of my brain. It does makes it mostly repetitive. I wouldn't know, but if you're going to create a game that's going to be somewhat difficult, don't put anything else different. I'm not a huge fan about these games, and it seems to be that whoever make this or some of the devs that keep creating some products. I'm not sure, but this was a game you could actually find from the Xbox 360 indie game title, because the whole Xbox Live indie games have been discontinued because, I don't know, Microsoft was kind of peachy about it, but then again, you could find a better maneuver upgrades to it. I'm not sure, but it's just not my cup of maneuver. I hardly see myself even containing it, because half of the time, if you think about it, I play games that are mostly into the first-person shooter category than games that are usually puzzle-based studies. And the fact they had to use some stock sound effects from royalty-free music indicates that they didn't even put this as use some effort. I may be judgmental, but keep in mind, if you play this game and you actually beat the game, I guarantee you that this is meant for people that have somewhat memory lost. I have probably tried to remember something. I wouldn't know. I mean, it seems weird, but the only thing you have to keep in mind is that I've seen games that are too repetitive to the point, and I will not be surprised. I mean, the thing is that it's not really simple. Most of the objects are intersecting with each other. You have no idea which is which, and most of the time you have to use the hint button. You won't know it till it's too late. And you have to use hints. So most of the time you need to use hints if you want to maneuver. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. The game is kind of easy. The game is, I don't know what to say, kind of too easy. It's not that difficult, nor that simple. It's actually too easy. I wouldn't say that this is a worse game by comparison, but it's not that much simple because you have to use the hints more often. And most of the time, if you have the face cam, have fun trying to play the game and because boy, it will be so difficult.
Auntie, please help my father. He's having a nightmare. Auntie, please help my father. He's having a nightmare. Auntie, please help my father. He's having a nightmare. Auntie, please help my father. He's having a nightmare.
You don't even know me. That's the problem.
Auntie, please help my father. He's having a nightmare.
Wait.
Auntie, please help my father.
I'm starting to notice that the voice acting seems to be kind of confusing. It's not consistent, but I started to notice that the more you listen to his voice acting, it's not a he. Rather than she, which is weird because I don't expect the voice acting to be melodramatic, but
Auntie,
But this is mostly confusing. But what does this even mean? I don't know, but I don't know. But the whole game seems to be mostly confusing. And I don't really understand the whole context, but it's also weird. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think that the more I play these type of games, they all usually are the same. I mean, it's trying its best to become a point-and-click adventure game, but it does fails. The problem is about is that the game is really simplistic to the certain demographic. Now I can understand they're trying their best to actually make it mostly interesting, but so that's your goal. You just have to make sure that none actually touch to each other. This sort of be a PC game, but I don't understand how is this even a PC game from this time. My only best bet is that if this game wants some commentary on me, it might as well have some, I don't know. Oh, it's one of those mini games. I'm sorry, it's not only a hinted object game, but it's also a jam drop game. Yeah, if you think that wasn't bad enough. There's more to the king from. I don't know what was the whole point about it, but the whole scene since stuff screams, Bejeweled. But in the worst kind of way. Was that even necessary to have gems? I'm sorry, but I don't understand what's necessary. I was aware there was gonna be a matched.
This mixture will help him sleep peacefully through the night. Come, Fern. It's time for you to get some sleep, too.
What is this?
Look outside. There's a blizzard coming.
There's no window.
Divine forefathers. Stay here, Fern. Don't go anywhere.
Also, why is that the voice actually sound so monotone?
Something strange is happening with the weather. Look through the telescope.
Is it supposed to be your job? Hold on. I'm not sure what this game is, but none of this makes any sense. But I can't really complain about it because none of this game really makes any sense. And I could usually make a hypothesis into what the whole plot is, but that would be spoiling the story.
The mountains. An avalanche is coming.
You know, we may as well.
Army camp.
What I mean, sometimes the mini games are usually too complicated to the point. If this was for a casual demographic, then I don't understand how this would actually pander to them.
Look at the sky. It's some kind of magical illusion.
What?
These signs herald the day of night.
What?
When two young hearts begin to burn.
What is this?
Mirrors form within a dome. To the house of Grimm, vengeance will come.
She is here. Her magic is still strong.
What?
Don't let the witch hurt my
Your
son.
Majesty, you need to come back to bed. You are exhausted.
Wait. My time is near. Fern, you are the heir to the crown. Teach him how to be a good and just king, better than I could ever be. You are the only one I can trust.
Well, that sucks. You give your crown to a kid who is only doesn't even pass ninth grade, and now he's king.
I'm nervous about the coronation. I do not feel I'm the right person to rule the kingdom.
I know. I know too that you are still sad about your father's death.
Why he give the crown as a
You'll have
kid?
enough
He's
time
only
for preparation in the Palace of the Mist.
he's only 8
Everything
when he
will
was
be
king.
fine.
He's not even old enough to even want the majesty. That's what we, that doesn't really make any sense.
Tomorrow is the day of your coronation. I prepared something special for our last lesson.
This book, right? The story of the war between my father and the witch Dracera. Did she really know how to use black magic?
Well, I think that in the era of science and alchemy, there is no longer room for the magic of crazy witches. The wicked witch Dracera used the power of the ancient glass fortress to create a soulless crystal army. The noble king from the House of Griffins stood against the witch, and so began a great war that consumed many human lives. At the brink of defeat, the king asked for the help of 3 mysterious alchemists. The wise men isolated themselves for long days in the tower, where in the mists of alchemy, they created a special artifact.
The puzzles are
They
not.
called it the Chasm Mirror, a portal to another dimension that was to become a prison for the witch. Before the last battle, the king laid a trap to catch. He used the Chasm Mirror to imprison Drosera with her glass tower and crystal army in the other dimension.
What if she really comes back? What then?
Always keep your eyes and ears wide open. If reason fails, follow the voice in your heart. Now, show me the grimoire. The kingdom was saved.
Oh, why?
Alchemists gave the king a gift, an amulet meant to protect the royal family from dark magic. The magic from the amulet kept the chasm mirror in one piece.
You know, for a game that has some story elements into it, I wouldn't be surprised, but you know, it just has the worst execution possible if you think about the whole context of what the voice acting. Because I wouldn't know, because I'm not that used to indie games.
Until one day, when a shard broke from the surface. To this day, it has never been found.
I will miss our lessons and stories. What will I do without you when I become king?
Though these lessons are ending, I will always be nearby, ready to give you advice when you need it.
Time to go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll need to remind me the words of the oath.
Don't worry. Trouble is my specialty.
You know, it's kind of weird how the king will, of all people, would rather give his son. You think that medicine will actually be effective, but no, it's not. And it's not really because of the story. I just find it mostly confusing to say the.
Are the guards in?
Well, yes, but I can imagine that you would like to make some corrections. I have a
Let me see. Tomorrow we have an event. Please tell the guards to stay vigilant. The palace.
Okay, so I don't know where is the entrance, but for parts of me to make some correlations. Also, she's not that old. The protagonist, or I'm assuming, is she's in her 60s, but she's not even that old. You could. So we could just put 89 in the room and that's it. I don't get it. So we supposed to fill some spaces. I mean, for a game that was really meant for the PC, I'm not surprised if they try to make a better maneuver. I would get that was trying to make a game that's niche for a certain demographic, but it's just too much. I mean, where to put certain animals seems to be mostly difficult. I have no idea where you're supposed to put all the goals, but there's more to this. Alright. I didn't want to skip the meaty games because I figured, well, there has to be more to the content that meets the eye. Oh my. Hold on a sec. Anyhow, I didn't understand the whole pauses. The one that must is the same to say the least. I didn't understand what was the whole point of adding pauses that were, I don't know, difficult to maneuver. I mean, I guess they would try to add some gameplay aesthetics to it, but it's just so weird. I mean, they're supposed to. I mean, where you're supposed to put these is beyond me. You have no idea where you even put them, and the whole scene is such a mystery, after all. I mean, whoever put this doesn't really know about gameplay design, but I don't expect people to actually put a lot of effort into this, so kudos to me to even surviving it.
Look, the three. The power of the amulet is fading.
Alright, after a couple of puzzles, I wasted my time maneuvered. I'm not surprised.
Something dark and strange is going on here. I can feel it. The power of the amulet must be restored. Please, take the key to the library. Seek information about the amulet.
I don't know about you, but this is one of those games where how do I put this? This is one of those games where you only play this as a demo, then after a close examination of it, you stop playing it because they don't actually matter that much. I mean, this is one of those games you will play on maybe fall or maybe Halloween, to say the least, but I hardly doubt. If you're one of those people that doesn't really play a lot of outside sources, I'm not surprised if you try. Still, I mean, for a game that tries to be about maneuvers beyond me, I always believe that the whole entire game is pretty much trying to take out the whole evil before it gets maneuver.
What? So we had to make a potion somehow. I mean, for some reason they used the rumble fisher for the PS4. In fact, I know that's what they actually use from some extent. And have no idea.
Amulet is disturbed by dark forces.
Captain, are you all right? He fainted. The prince must be in danger.
I don't know the whole story about it, but the only best bet I would say so far is that it's one of those indie titles that you maneuver it to some extent. So this is one of those puzzle games that I don't really enjoy so far. Again, I mean, I could make the cold commentary about why I don't really enjoy these type of games. Because you have to really use the inventory more than one than before. And sometimes the control scheme seems to be confusing because you could usually just press X by accidentally and you might not even know it. You don't really need to skip the mini games because most of the mini games are kind of simple. But you can't really use the D-pad. You have to use the analog stick, and that is pretty much sensitive to the point. Oh, I mean, alright, we managed to get that through, but what were you even missing? I mean, I said that the puzzles are not that difficult. I noticed that you could usually just bypasses for your maneuver, and you could just, I don't know, use it to your own extent. I could say about anything else, but unfortunately, this is one of those games where you have to take some precaution because a lot of these games are just the same. And then you have to play a generic puzzle that's not even that it's the same, to be honest, but they actually implemented it to the point where they wanted to add a better feature, which fails, but if they wanted to add a new gameplay feature, they had to do better than that. Unfortunately, with this game production crew and the whole production fight, I really doubt they actually take any consideration. Yes, I can understand this was actually made for a niche audience, a casual demographic, but come on. I play games that are so casual that it put me to sleep to the point. And unless you have some patience that's going on, you may not make it this far to actually maneuver it. I mean, I know that this is an indie game, but I really doubt this is actually one of those indie games. It's one of those shovelware products that you actually get. To some extent, I don't really expect the game to be high quality, but I have to expect that this is one of those games where you could just get this game from a $5 from a $2 bin from Best Buy. You could get this game in the PC gaming section of Micro Center, and nobody will never know the difference. I hardly doubt people will actually give a generic rash ass about it, because between you and me and I, they might not actually remember this whole context. It's weird, but the thing about it is that a lot of these games are usually PC games from the beginning, and they were originally made for the PC demographic. And you could tell that they were originally for the PC because they were never made for consoles. I don't know. I guess you could say I'm not really that much as I did. There's nothing really special. The game is just the same. There's nothing really that much dedicated. I mean, I could tell you from the beginning, there's nothing really that much different. The whole scene is just so bad. It hurts my eyes just by finding the objective, but it's also worse that you have to maneuver it. I know some hidden object games are so bad that you might as well just skip out, but to this, it's also not necessary. So most of the time, I just spam the hint button on the up D-pad and give myself maneuver it. That's it. I just can't. This is one of those games where you have to lower the brightness, or you decrease or lower the brightness. But the thing is that you have no idea which one is actually works, so you have to pick a guess which one is actually your favorite set. It's bad enough that I had to adjust to this piece of a garbage maneuver, but I'm so confused as to why they had to make it so, I don't know, force you to actually increase the brightness. I'm more confused than actually amazed. We hear a funny buzz, they're not even that opinion, and I can't even see with my eyes closed. Yeah, I know with my eyes open. Bear in mind, I'm trying to have the highest pace as possible, but I'm starting to get sick with these hidden object games. But I might make a round by tomorrow, because honestly, there's the other demos I want to recover that it's not that simple to maneuver. And trust me, once Friday comes, it will be an all-out rant on how mediocre and unoriginal these I Spy clones or hidden object type of games. It's not considered a genre, but I have several adaptations of its former show. Again, I'm not sure how many hidden object games are made, but I can tell you that there's too many of them in the indie game section that they kind of unique, which is a piece of bullshit. But knowing the PSN store, they will accept any game on the market. With Sony, they will allow you to put any game on the store and get away with it. They could hardly care about if the game was shitty or bad or actually good. They only care about if it was actually playable and it's not actually a complete damnation. That's all they care. But let's be honest, a lot of the games I encounter made it the demos are just bad games. Host Racing 2016 was a perfect example of how bad the game was. But then again, the whole PlayStation Network store is full of quote-unquote unique games that are filled with shuffleware title. I don't know what's worse, but you have to take it from me when you're trying to have some patience for a game that is not so, I don't know, bare minimum to say the least. And I'm not sure how long this demo would take about. To have patience is to... Oh, there's more to this? You know, for a game that's niche, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not as if I really have a choice. I mean, I just got back home from finishing signing up for a contract. So it's gonna take a lot of time to give myself maneuver because I have a lot of maneuver to even put. My complaint about it is that I have a lot of content I have to bring up if I want to give myself benefit. Thank God. Thank God it's over. I hate to say it, but that was the most boring ass demo. I used to think I was playing a protagonist who was in her age of, in her late 50s, but she looks 21. I don't know why the voice acting suggests that she might be old, but I don't even know. But that is about it about this game. I haven't even provided commentary because I'm trying to have some patience, and it's bad enough that I am bored about my assets trying to survive. Whoever made this doesn't really know how to keep excitement. And then you wonder why most of the population cares more about first-person shooters. At least in the US, but prove me wrong all you want. It's just so... I was using the hint functionality more often than actually try to solve it by my own. It's time-consuming, granted, but this is not really a puzzle. It's the worst kind of execution of a puzzle. Lost Grimoires 2. The story, they just reuse JPEGs and just animate the mouth. They didn't really put any effort. I get that the whole environment seems to be mostly stylized. I give it credit, but for the love of God, this is why nobody takes the hidden object game seriously. Not even the genre, mind you. It's a pass. I don't even care. But this is a demo of the wall, so I don't have to worry about buying the full game because I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to show you guys a preview. And if you guys want to waste your money off a hidden object game, since if you're a huge fan of I Spy and you need some alternatives, be my freaking guest. I don't care how much bucks you spend, how much currency, how much step you put yourself into. If you wanted to buy this, be my guest. But until then, that's about it for now. Let's get this face camera out, and thanks for watching this video of the demo of Lost Grimoires 2 Shards of Mystery. Hope you guys are ready for Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are prepared for another demo video, which I go to another rant for tomorrow. Right now I have to play Splatoon 2, and I have to complete the story if I wanted to. Plus I'm gonna get Code B Star Allies and get Burnout Paradise Remastered Edition. So there's 2 games I want to get. So it's gonna be a really special episode for tomorrow. I'm not sure how long the dialogue size is gonna be, but it's gonna be a long episode. But until then, I hope you guys have a better change Patrick's Day, and I hope you guys have a better day of not getting a DUI of the first charges. This is a high accident seal. Hope you guys have a better ultimatum that doesn't really cost you any disbenefits. And I will see you guys later. Sign off with another headache of a migraine, and hope you guys have a better maneuver. Rat-a-tat-tat, and peace out. I wish.